Well, good morning, everybody. Pat Mesiti here. And tell you what, it's a great day to celebrate for all of you rebels out there that defied the orders from the likes of our former embarrassed Prime Minister and his consigliere henchman, Alex Hawke. By the way, Alex, and I just want to be careful of the comments some of you put up here, so really be careful. I don't see you bragging too much about you going to Hillsong lately, mate. What's up? What's up, Alex? You're not bragging about it anymore. What, they're no use to you now anymore? Now that you embarrassed us, embarrassed our nation? I'm going to get to the Penny Wong thing in a minute, but let me just say this. And again, this is not a shot at any church, and I really would prefer people's comments to you be very careful what you put up here because you'll be blocked and deleted. I'm just saying it right now. I'm not attacking any church or anyone that's suffering right now. But this politician, Alex Hawke, who in one foul swoop destroyed the Liberal Party, and his mate Scott Morrison, destroyed everybody that he put up as their pin-up children, were an absolute embarrassment to the government. Yet this bully, who, by the way, no one that I talk to in either side of politics, including his own, like you, Mr. Alex Hawke, you're in a safe seat. And how on earth the people of the Hills District still vote for you in spite of your embarrassment? Look at what you did. Look at what you did. You got people out there believing that Novak was kicked out because he didn't have his papers. He did have his papers. What he didn't have was your favour, because you saw him as a threat. And the foolish people that got up there while I was watching the game, and I congratulated Dokovic, and then they said that he played the system and he defied the government. No, he didn't. The government defied the laws of justice. That's what happened. And Alex Bully Hawke, the man that single-handedly destroyed the Liberal Party, along with Scott Morrison, who didn't help, you know, the three stooges, the three amigos, Alex, Stu, and Scotty. Stu's still around, but we'll leave that one alone. I get in trouble with my Christian friends on that one, but who gives a rip anyway? But Alex, how do you feel right now where we are a British colony? And when the future head of state hands this unjabbed, unclean troubler of Israel, because you didn't like what he said, you kicked him out of the country, and the very government that you formerly represented, here the future, so-called future king, they present him with a trophy. What a slap in the face of your chubby little cheeks, Alex. What a slap in the face. You embarrassed our nation publicly. You embarrassed one of the greatest sportsmen and greatest champions of all time in any sport at any time, a man who stood by his principles. You, a man that doesn't stand by anything except for what is politically expedient to you. And I don't know how on earth they still tolerate you in the Liberal Party. You are a divisive man. By the way, got no problem debating you on this program. Not that you would anyway. I've thrown it out to you, Scotty and Stu, but you're all two cowards. And yes, we still are upset with you because what you guys have done, you opened the way. And by the way, let me just say this before I finish. To our boy that played so well, Kyrgios played a great game. I just love his fire. I just love his passion. You know, people are scared of passion. I'm not. I love the way he brings some personality to the game. Yeah, sure, he's a bit of a firebrand, but didn't he do well? Didn't he do well? He held one of the greatest champions of all time to that close. It was just unbelievable. And, you know, Nick, we appreciate you as Australians. We love your fighting spirit. Great to see your family there as well. That's what it's all about. So congratulations to you. And again, congratulations to Novak Djokovic. But while I'm at it, Penny Wong. This is what we got to deal with. Penny Wong met with Mr. Wang. Now, you can't get any more. You can't make this up. Penny Wong our Foreign Minister, Penny Wong, met with Mr. Wang on the weekend, and it all went Wong for Australia because Penny Wong was given the Riot Act. And by the way, the Chinese government held off for 24 hours before they made a statement. And Penny went in there, listen to this. Penny Wong, I want to know why, well, supposedly, you don't go in there batting for the 2 Australian citizens held over there in China under national security charges. You supposedly brought it up. That hardly even made the press. But Penny got her marching orders, and this is what she was told by Mr. Wang. Now, remember before the election, we told you how in bed Albanese and Wong and Labor is with the Chinese. As I have said before, I will say it again. The Labor Party are a bunch of communists with lipstick on, and with their partners, the red shirts of the Greens and the Teals, are collaborating for the destruction of this country. They say, they're saying that the biggest threat to national security in the South Pacific is climate change. No, let me tell you the biggest threat to national security, the Labor Party and Penny Wong. Biggest threat. Why are we, as Australians, not producing the coal that we rightfully ought to? We are the 3rd biggest producer of this country. And by the way, Penny, if you're so hot on climate change, how come you didn't talk to Mr. Wang about how wrong they are in their whole destruction of the climate? They are the biggest offender. But you, Penny Wong, did not do it. Where is it? Don't see it in the press. Don't see it anywhere in the press. You're the one that's supposed to be for human freedoms. Where's your dictating to them our terms about our Aussies that are held there under false pretenses? You didn't do that. But when you went there, Penny Wong, you're in bed with these people. This is what they said, and I quote, "These are the 4 demands the Chinese Communist Party made to Australia. Firstly, we're an independent nation. We don't take demands from anyone. Well, we shouldn't, unless you're in bed with them." By the way, the lipstick's showing on the lips of Mr. Wang, Penny. The lipstick marks are there. Number 1, we were told, that China wants to be treated as a partner. Well, of course they would. Do you know why? Because they are a partner. They are a partner of the Labor Party and the Greens. I don't see the Greens, the Labor or the Teals holding them to any account for human rights violations and for their violations in the whole area of climate change and emissions. So they tell us we want to be treated as partners. Here's the second one. They were told, this is the second thing we were told, not necessarily in this order, don't meddle in third-party affairs. The Solomons have just told Australia we're not welcome over there because China has got their ships and their army, their military in our backyard. And Mr. Wang tells Penny Wong, stay out of it. And she's doing it. These are a threat to our national security, Penny. But of course you, Dan Andrews, Palaszczuk, you're all singing from the same Labor songbook of socialism and Steve Miles. So of course you, number 1, want them to be a partner. Number 2, you're going to stay out of their affairs. And the third thing they said, watch this, basically, we want you to keep your mouth shut. Don't embarrass us. Don't speak against us. Hey, Penny, did you ask them what happened in Wuhan and who was responsible about that? Did you speak about anything about a particular illness that escaped from a lab called gain of function research from their labs? And what happened to the doctors that exposed some of this stuff that was going on there? I'm intrigued, Penny Wong. What's wrong with you? Basically, we're told, stay out of anything in the Pacific, mind your own business. Number 2, you ought to treat us like a partner. Read it, it's all in the press there. Number 3, keep your mouth shut. And number 4, listen, I love this one. We must seek common ground while reserving our differences. What the hell does that mean? What common ground does a society like Australia have with a warmongering, red shirt communist country? What common ground do we have? Firstly, they're slapping all this kind of stuff on our imports. Have you noticed that? These people get in the cahoots and start talking all this climate change nonsense. You know what? All of you out there, get behind Matt Canavan. He's the only one making sense out there. And Alan Jones, by the way, I've got to tell you. And Alexandra Marshall. I put a great piece up here. I want to interview Alexandra on the great piece she wrote in Spectator magazine. Our country is not suffering. The hottest day on record was in 1998. And they're still believing the dribble of a guy, of Tim Flannery, who said that the rains that would happen wouldn't fill up our dams. Tim, you're a liar. And they're still quoting this fool. No one holds him to account because he's a lefty. And the part that disturbs me the most is the left-wing, socialist-driven, red shirt brigade called the newspapers, 9, 7, 10, and ABC. All of them do not protect Australia's interests at all. Not our financial interests, certainly not our spiritual interests, certainly not our economic interests. They're letting China run roughshod all over us, telling us Penny Wong gets told what to do. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, on a personal matter, on the weekend on my Reborn channel, I had a few people make some derogatory statements. Here's what's going to happen. Firstly, I'm going to block you and ignore you, but then I'm screenshotting and sending it all to my lawyers. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to name you publicly in this forum. I'm going to name you all. Jan Simeon, you're one. Jansimeon. You're a big boy. I inboxed you. Come and talk to me, you gutless wonder. And, you know, I've never, ever hidden back about my failures. And I certainly don't have to explain them to everyone. They're under the blood of Jesus Christ, just like everybody else's. But what I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to name these people publicly. And then, those of you that say you're my friends, here's my qualification for friendship. Number one, you got to be committed to long-term friendship. Number two, you got to have a great mindset and a good mindset. Number three, you must be prepared to defend me in the presence of my enemies. Otherwise, you're not my friend. And if you don't like that, get off my Facebook, get off our Facebook platform. I don't need you, don't want that. That's not the people I want on here. That's not the people I want. And I'm coming out and I'm saying that because basically it hurts my family. And one day I will publicly tell you everything that happened, even though it's no one's damn business. I have paid dearly for my errors, but I thank God that God's a restorer. And you know what? I'm here and I'm still talking about Jesus and I'm still defending the rights of Australians. So you keyboard warriors that are so brave out there, you are now going to face a legal system. That's what you're going to face. You will be contacted very shortly. And you will be dealt with. Now, the sad thing is that I've blocked these people so they can't. But many of you would have seen some of their stuff up there, and I'm asking you to respond to them. But I also want to thank all of our supporters out there for our Reborn ministry and what we're being able to do. We're planning on doing some rallies around the country. Just give me some time. It'll be in September. We're going to be doing rallies right around the country, and we're going to be out there still fighting the good fight and still standing up for our rights. Let me tell you, the war for our freedom in this country is not over. It is not over. Now, I know today, whatever it is there, whatever it is, I'm getting confused sometimes. I'm not yelling and screaming and shouting. I did enough of that last week when I saw that stuff on abortion. And let me just say this, how any God-fearing, God-loving Christian can be pro-murder is beyond me, beyond me, beyond me. And just remember, you have a choice. You have a choice. It's a choice to not do the things that bring a child to the altar of Molech to be sacrificed. These demon entities don't change. And I want to thank all of you. I want to say this. We've got a fight in our hands. We ought to be writing to people like Penny Wong and to Albanese and everybody else. And by the way, to Alex Hawke. What an embarrassment he created for us internationally. And now Penny is towing the party line, following with the orders, following along with what the agenda of the Chinese, who are linked to the World Health Organization and WEF. We want no part of that in this country. And as Senator Alex Hawke said, it's time that every politician reveals exactly who they are and how they are involved with who and the WEF. If you haven't found his petition, please find it and follow it. Senator Alex Hawke, a great man, a great freedom fighter, and a big shout out to him and all he's doing. We honor you, sir. You're a great man. I tell you what, you would make a great Prime Minister in the future. You're a humble man. You wouldn't admit that, but I'll say it for you. You are a great man and we honor you. So Penny Wong meets Mr. Wang and it goes all Wong for Australia. Share this. Please follow us on Instagram. I'll put the link on here. And by the way, Gerald's asking, did Wong tell China about our demands? No. You know why? Because we are their servants. We have no demands, apparently. Well, I've got a few demands. Number one, how about you stop imprisoning our Australians? Number two, how about you reveal your involvement in a certain virus that came out? Number three, how about you be accountable for your human rights record? Number four, why are Christians in your country persecuted, locked, beaten, murdered and tortured? Not the ones that belong to the state, the other ones, the real ones. We know what that's like. We've got that in Australia as well. So Gerald Moeller, thanks for bringing that up. And great question. And thank you, guys. This will be always a platform of truth. Yep, I may be a scarred general, but I tell you what, it's always going to be a platform of truth. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your financial support as well, for those of you that support us. And get out there. Some great people out there. Joel Jamal's doing a great job. Real Ruxing's doing a great job. Avi's doing a great job. George Christensen's doing a great job out there. Alexandra Marshall and James McPherson, all of these great people. Get behind them. Get on their databases and let them know that you heard it from here, because I really want to honour these people for what they are. God bless you, everybody. And please share this. Don't just keep this message to yourself. Share it and tell people about it. God bless you.